Assalamu alaikum guys. I thought I would do a little life update and let you guys know what's going on, especially with my YouTube channel, which has been basically dormant for quite a while now, and mostly I've been putting up YouTube shorts, so you're probably wondering what's going on. The truth is that I was in a really good flow and I was producing videos constantly every week, and I was doing pretty well in around 2019 and early 2020. But as you know, on the 13th of September 2020, I lost my dad. And it's still quite hard to be able to speak to the camera about this. It just feels so strange. And I never actually got to see him before he passed away. So the only time that I just got to speak to him for like an hour. And I basically spent the whole of 2021 pretending like my dad was still around and maybe just busy, not being able to talk to me. I know it sounds crazy, but that was just my way of dealing with it. So there were times when I would just completely and utterly just break down. Like if just the mentioning of him would just cause me to break into tears. I can still do that right now. So miss him so much. It's just, I only got to speak to him for like an hour. He was doing fine and I spoke to him for like an hour. I think I was the last one to have spoken to him in length, but I did it on the phone and I wasn't feeling well, and I decided to just pick up the phone. I needed to speak to my dad. And they didn't reply, but then my father made sure that he phoned me back, and then we got to speaking, and I was so happy because he was so optimistic and about his health, because he wasn't really doing too well. And then but he was so optimistic. He wanted to go for Hajj again, and I was excited because his optimism, I mean, from the time that my dad had got sick, it just felt like this dark cloud over the entire family, because to have my father, who is such a stronger person, he was the kind of person who was so strong and so optimistic, and he just loves people. He is the kind of person who would just draw everybody in the room, the magnetism that he had, and he loved to do for the poor as well. So I could go on talking about my dad, but yeah, this is pretty much what I was trying to deal with. And honestly, it's going to be a lifetime dealing with that, because I still cannot accept that my dad is gone. Obviously, there's going to be a day when, we will meet. But in the meantime, I'm just going to be making dua for him. And hoping that I am also doing him proud as well in everything that I do. Because we always have to strive, obviously, for the pleasure of Almighty. And so that was pretty much it. I was just trying to get my footing again after my dad passed away, and it was just, there's a lot of family emotions as well that are released when a member passes away, a member of the family, especially the head of the family passes away, and there's a lot of turmoil, a lot of sadness, happiness, confusion, all sorts of things that tend to happen. And I think for most of you who have lost people during this pandemic, you understand. So we couldn't actually see him. Like my brothers didn't even get to see him, my mother. And just when it was time for his janaza and stuff, then they got to see him. And yeah. Just when I came to my hometown, because I'm in Johannesburg and my parents actually live in Durban, which is which was initially my hometown. So I basically moved up from the coast to inland in South Africa, Johannesburg, and so one province or another state, from one state to another. And when I got to Durban, my dad was already buried, and my heart goes out to every person out there whose family members passed away and they weren't able to see them, and they never got to spend that little extra time. And I would say that I should learn from this, of course. And I think that a lot of people are not really taking this seriously in terms of the pandemic and what is brought about in terms of people. It's just I see it a lot of the time. that, even though with all of this pandemic and all of the deaths that have been happening and all of the funerals and all of the miyat, there's still so much of anguish and so much of friction between people, and they still can't seem to just forgive each other. And I think that's what this has brought, opened up my eyes to. And it's also opened up my eyes to like bigger things, because I realized, what, am I wasting my time on social media? Am I putting out the right messages? It's not that I wasn't thinking about this, I was. It's just that my father's passing away just kind of brought so much more to my mind and to my heart and to my soul, like that I really do have to start thinking more wisely about what I'm doing. Well, thinking about 2021, I don't think anybody liked 2021 or even 2020 for that matter. So may Allah guide us all, and I'm just making dua for all of the marhooms, including ourselves, for let Allah grant us hidayah, especially during this time when things are so crazy and so fast as well. Things are changing so quickly as well. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was actually, I've actually quit hijab styling. So yeah, I'm not going to be hijab styling for clients on a personal basis. I've decided that I just want to teach everyone, because to be honest, when I went into hijab styling, I really wanted to make sure that whoever I was actually styling, I was trying to teach them as well, which was quite annoying for my clients because I would try to teach them at the same time. I actually feel like hijab styling should be something that's free, but now learning that, you're not going to really determine the value or actually figure out the value of it. If I don't actually put out a course there and charge for it, you're not going to really know the full value of hijab styling. So I am planning to do a hijab styling course, inshallah, and but in the meantime, I am going to try to teach you whatever I can on this platform, just as my way of giving back. So I hope you guys will stay tuned for that, and I will continue with showing you guys my hijab styling tutorials. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys was travel, and last I traveled was to Malaysia, and I never actually showed you any pictures or videos or even spoke much about Malaysia. I actually got sick in Malaysia. I was really sick. I had a really bad cold. So it wasn't exactly the best trip. And you know how it is when you're sick. So I'm just going to show you guys some of my updates from Malaysia, so you can just have a look at that. And yeah, Malaysia is such a beautiful place. It's so busy though, and especially Kuala Lumpur, which we went to. It felt like I had gone from Johannesburg to Johannesburg. It was very busy. So if you're looking for a very laid-back, relaxed destination, Kuala Lumpur probably isn't it, especially if you're going to go central Kuala Lumpur, which is where we stayed. So I'm just going to show you some pictures and videos, and you can have a look at that. Oh, yeah. You have to look all the way there. How big are the ads though? It almost feels like you're in Hong Kong.
Yeah. It's cartoon ads.
Yeah.
Very nice.
should I be going into Sephora? Let's go have a look at Sephora then. I'm sure they'll be fine with us on camera. We'll keep that.
Rowdy.
As daily routines are concerned, I have completely changed my daily routines because I've actually created a vision board, which I will talk to you guys at some point in the future. But I've created a vision board and I've decided that I'm just going to go for all of the things that I want now, inshallah, depending on how much time I have, of course. So in case you were wondering about this hijab tutorial, I am going to be showing you 3 occasion hijab tutorials. So you guys can check that out and you'll be able to do this one as well, which is actually very much suitable for brides because it's sort of like a veil look, which is great for if you have like high collars or if you want to show off your neckline or your necklaces and accessories, etc. So you can look forward to that in the next video. Okay guys, so I just want to say that I am trying my best to actually be a little bit more consistent on this platform, and hopefully I can get a little bit more comfortable as well talking to you guys, through a camera. And I hope you guys will find value in my content, because trust me, if I am not giving you value, I would like for you guys to actually speak up. I don't mind negative comments, to be honest. I don't live by the compliments, and neither do I live by negative comments. I just prefer to keep going, keep moving, and obviously give my best. So I hope you guys have enjoyed all of my videos so far, and thank you for subscribing. And I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.